then to the International Dota 2 Championships. We're in day one of play day here for the playoff matches. We're live from Seattle, the Banner Royal Hall, home of the Seattle Symphony, but more importantly, Dota 2, people getting triple kills, and of course we did want to show you that intro video to the Cologne, Germany twice because Ice Frog voiceovers it.
Yeah, it's actually him.
What a voice.
That's him.
It's amazing.
I met him.
And there's Bulba there.
Hi,
Give us
Bulba.
a wave, Bulba. No, he's scared.
Oh, look at that. Look at that shy guy. He's a liar. I talked to him.
And you can see Pycat from CLG there in his red Grease Lightning jacket. But of course, we'll come back to the desk. So, next match coming up, guys, is Complexity versus Team Zenith. Do I say Zenith or Zenith? I'm not sure. I should speak to Loader. Yeah. Or do I call him Loader? Oh, no.
Oh.
Don't call
And HY, not Hi. Otherwise, you will get
I never said that. That was Nebula.
Who is HY? I thought it was Hi.
I don't know.
Bruno's the only person that qualifies to be here. He's not made a mistake yet.
Except for the no stats.
Oh, it's easy. Just I have the numbers here.
Just make numbers up.
Just
I mean, who's going to argue with you?
Give us a number before we go to an
make up a
interview.
number.
42.
42
yes.
That's a great number, and that
is.
leads us into, of course, thank you, Bruno, to an interview with Complexity. I do believe it's from Media Day, from a little bit earlier, but we'll see what they have to say about the International.
Hi, I'm Brian Fluffenstuff Lee, captain of Complexity Gaming, and I play support. I was attending the University of Riverside, California. I'm a full-time gamer. I took a year off of college to play competitive Dota 2. My father is a psychiatrist and my mother is a psychologist. My parents expected me to be a doctor just like my father, and if not that, a lawyer. My family wasn't very active in supporting me until I showed them how serious I was about it. Right now they're very supportive and they actually look up on the internet how I'm doing. I was ecstatic that we got the invitation to the International because that was exactly what I was looking for. All the hard work paid off. I thought we were just normal guys. I didn't feel any different getting sponsored. But it's kind of surreal to be filmed all the time and have fans come up to you. Winning the International 2 would mean that I've achieved something that I've been working at for many years now, and it's kind of proof to my family that this time is being put to use. After the International, if I won, I will call my dad and say, I love you and thank you for letting me do this.
So there you have it. That's Fluff and Stuff from Complexity, Brian Lee, and he is just one of the members here representing Complexity and also America in the tournament. But let's meet his teammates. This is IX Mike 88, sorry. I really wanted to talk over. So we're back with the whole team profile. Sorry about that if you got some of our audio and then lost it. We were actually just trying to talk over them as if they were miming. But the whole team of Complexity guys, what have you got to say?
I mean, to me, the really big story coming out of this is there was no teams this year representing the Philippines. You've got Gio coming out of the Philippines. He's a big fan favorite over there, and it's one of the biggest Dota communities out there. Fluff and Stuff, the captain, great mind, great captain, and really the one keeps his team together.
Bruno?
Oh, there's something interesting about Complexity. His best hero, Faceless Void. You know, you wanted TC. We want some Faceless Void.
I feel
Is
like
that going to happen, Bruno?
I want it.
I don't think I don't think any Faceless Void is going to be picked here. TC coming in, I think, was one of the most underrated players in the world. I think as far as efficiency goes, he's like the third or fourth most efficient player here. I feel like he's a potential breakout star if Complexity continue to play very well.
Well, there it is then. So that's Complexity. But of course, let's meet their opponents. We had a word with Zenith a little bit earlier.
Zenith is a very independent organization. It's actually made up of just the 5 players in my team and 2 Zenith staff. We are not sponsored by any clear-out sponsors yet because we find that we want to save up this sponsorship opportunity to after the International, because we find that maybe then we'll be having better options to choose from. We are very versatile in our team. In the early stages of the tournament, we can always switch captains, like we've done countless times before. I would say it gives us an advantage. Zenith is the team that is most flexible and able to adapt because this is part of how we practice. We bend nothing. We make sure that we are able to fight a lot of heroes. I think the favorite team to win this year is my team because by giving up so much to come here, I have absolute confidence in my team that we will win. And yeah, I believe that we will manage to do it. Winning the international would obviously mean a lot to me. Mostly it will be an achievement for myself. During the tournament, it's all going to be about winning, being able to do it with Zenith, and just showing that we're a really strong team and that we can compete with everyone and then beat everyone.
So there you have it then. That is obviously the two members of Team Zenith. You heard from HY and also Loda. They say they're very versatile. HY thinks they're the team that can win this, and he's really got a big belief. Do you believe in the other members? Here they are.
HY, Singapore. Ice, Singapore.
Loda, Gothenburg, Sweden.
X-Freedom, Singapore.
XY, Singapore.
Well, if we were going to play spot the odd team member out, it would be easy.
I think it's
Ice.
He's too tall.
Yeah, he's tall, yeah.
He doesn't fit in, I don't know.
But yeah, guys, HY has had a good tournament, but you were saying Ice has definitely had a great tournament.
Man, Ice is one of my favorite players. I think as far as carries go, he's one of the best in the world. I really liked a couple of things he said there. Loda giving away a bit of team strategy, the Eric Johnson strategy. If you don't like your captain, hire a newer one. That's all you got to do, just replace him immediately. My personal favorite, HY. I'm a huge fanboy. That is some big-time smack talk, I feel like. Just coming out there showing confidence in his team, being like, we're going to take this thing down. I like it.
Confidence, but he's modest about it. I don't think he's over the top. He's humble and just admits that he actually thinks they're favorites.
All right, so it looks like we're ready to go into the game. But before we do, Complexity versus Team Zenith. Statman Bruno, what's the % chance that Complexity going to win?
Oh, it's about 50%.
That's a cop-out. Ever. What a stat. That's a cop-out percentage, Statman Bruno. Let's go to the game then with Complexity versus Team Zenith.
Thank you, James. We are back here. Complexity versus Zenith. Second match of the international playoffs. Are we ready? You guys look like you're falling asleep. Come on, give us something here. There you go. There you go. Complexity on the Radiant side. First pick, first ban. Zenith on the Dire. Now, Zenith, they have some confidence, but we shouldn't sleep on Complexity, correct?
Yeah, well, I think Complexity is more or less on their home turf here in the US of A.
Yes.
So we'll have to see, can they defend this house, or will Zenith be the invading force? For the moment, it's a lot of TCs here. Well, sorry, I should say the Lone Juror gets banned out, some respect towards TC, and then the Templar Assassin, maybe a little bit afraid of Jo. So a couple of bans here, a lot of very strong heroes in the laning stage overall. Darkseer, Lycan, and Leshrac banned out. So what's left in the pool? Prophet would be a big one. What else are you looking towards?
Axe, Alchemist. Come on, let's talk about Zenith.
For anyone who doesn't know, Zenith has been running some unorthodox heroes here and there. It's really why they've been a fan favorite around the world. We'll have to see how creative do they get. How creative do they need to be? Complexity, Hannah Montana's Tidehunter gets banned out, but there is still a Beastmaster in the pool. So if that's not picked, I'll probably eat my shirt.
There's also Windrunner, but for now, let's focus on the draft. Complexity with their first pick. Fluff and Stuff is no. Oh, well. I mean,
there you go.
There's going to be some singing going on here. Tinker, the immediate reply. Do we need to talk about how annoying Naga Siren really is?
I think we need to talk about how annoying Tinker is. I mean, these Geos are both so obnoxious. Of course, the net going through BKB. Riptide illusions will allow you to, your illusions will affect other heroes with Riptide. So it's very good for pushing. Very difficult to counter, but I think Tinker is a pretty good way to go about it. Sure, you can drop that Sunless Siren and set up a team fight, but multiple layers of Marked Machines will chew through your team. You can also spread the map with Tinker, so if you don't want to take a direct team fight, it's a good start. We'll see where they go from here. Again, Prophet's available, and Prophet plus Tinker, very scary at spreading the map, but also not great. Oh, Already something unusual.
Keeper of the Light. I mean, you're talking about the global ability. Tinker with the Breach of Travel. Keeper of the Light, don't forget, has recall. We could still pick into a profit here and have so much global. Of course, Chakra Magic is a spell to really pay attention to. Tinker, generally in the mid-game, two large March Machine layers. With Chakra, that's 3, and that's a lot harder to push up against. So this is a lot of counter-pushing as well. Illuminate. Good luck trying to push against a Tinker March as well as Illuminate. I think that's impossible.
This team can turn all day as long as they don't get picked off. But at the same time, Song of the Siren, really good spell in terms of closing that gap. Very long initiation range from there. What do they follow this pick up with? What a surprise. Fluff and Stuff gets his hand on Chen. That will be a very powerful pick for this team. And I think it fits in well with the Naga Siren. Sure, there's no direct synergy with the abilities, but it makes sure that your Naga will get off the ult. This is a hero that will help you push, help you breach through the defenses, going for a quick mech, having the Hand of God available. And Rubik, how many times have we seen this hero get banned, but he slips through, and they'll pick it up as well.
Chaos Knight, immediate reply here. Rubik, by the way, could steal a lot of good spells here. Tinker, Keeper of Light, stealing Chakra from Keeper of Light is pretty insane for yourself.
And I believe this will be a solo mid Rubik, probably going to be handled by KO.
Definitely. I mean, Rubik's one of those heroes. In the last couple of games, we saw him immediately first pick. This one here, third pick, and we're going to go into the second ban phase. The laning here is looking a little bit awkward for Zenith because Chaos Knight and Keeper, they're not exactly the best of friends.
Are they going to pull an EG and throw that Keeper solo into the off lane? I think it's an option.
We've seen Demon do that for Evil Geniuses. It's definitely a very creative way. You know, he has a high base movement speed, 315, I think it was. And if you get a quick boots on him, he's actually pretty hard to catch.
Well, running won't help you if that net hits.
That's
true. It's not clear if he can survive, but you can just sit really far back. If you throw Keeper Light into the off lane, he can't really do anything to stop the farm of that hero. So if you go that route, you have to get good trade-offs elsewhere. Tinker needs a lot of farm. Chaos Knight.
Wow, a Wisp ban.
Ooh. It makes sense, right? Chaos Knight and Wisp is very scary.
No, we saw Wisp, Keeper, and Tiny all day long.
Oh, for eHome.
For eHome, we saw different teams pulling that one out, so Complexity maybe a little bit wary of that. Of course, you talked about the Wisp plus Chaos Knight combo, but it's a Venomancer that they're banning out for now.
I would love to see a Beastmaster ban here if coming out from Zenith, because Hannah Montana's hero most likely has not been picked up yet. And the Windrunner is available. You mentioned that as another hero you could go to. But I think Beastmaster really gives you that great, reliable long-range initiation.
Whoa. A Visage ban.
They have been doing their homework. Complexity has run this, I think, at least 2 times.
Well, no. Complexity is doing the Visage ban.
What am I talking about? Yeah,
this
you're
is
right.
Complexity have known to run Visage. I've not seen myself personally Zenith ran that one.
Chaos Knight, Keeper of the Light is a pretty good tri-lane combo, and then that sets up your Illuminate Blast. Then you have the Visage to provide that extra damage to actually get the kills. It could be a scary tri-lane, so we'll have to see. Are they going to try? That's another option for them. They don't have to throw Keeper of the Light in the off lane. He's pretty good as a pair with the Chaos Knight. Unfortunately, if he's spamming Illuminate, it generally pushes the lane, which means not the best farm for Chaos Knight.
Well, I mean, maybe that's part of the plan, to push the lane here.
Right.
It won't be surprising for Zenith to pick up an Enchantress if they want to go for that route. There's a lot of option here still left in the pool, waiting for the last and final ban.
Really taking their time with this one.
It's going to be Enigma. Yep.
Ooh. So what does Complexity do from here? They've got the Naga, but we actually saw in the group stages, Na'Vi had a game where they're up against the Naga.
Right.
I believe it's Tongfu they were playing. Tongfu sets up a great Naga ultimate at the Roshan pit, and then there's no follow-up. So where will the follow-up come from? They get some potential damage from the Invoker, especially if it's an Exhort build. But I still don't think it's quite enough. They need one more piece to really make this ultimate effective.
Well, starting with Invoker, that's pretty good. You know that Rubik could be stealing something as well. God forbid if he steals Illuminate.
March on the Machines.
March on Machine, that's a lot of different... I mean, March on Machine without rearm, that's a little bit weak. But still, it's a pretty good start here for the Radiant side here. Yeah, I think Psalm Siren will be big. At level 16, it's a 1-minute cooldown, so good luck ganking her, good luck trying to initiate on her team. I think Complexity, all these fights, is going to be on their terms, and that's not how you want to start a fight.
I was about to say, are we going to see a Lina? Because Leshrac is banned out. This is some aggression, some good anti-push. This will help deal with the Chen creep.
Sure.
Lina probably one of the best anti-pushing supports in the game. 2 very spammable nukes. But more importantly, this is about the burst damage. You really need to kill off the Chen, the Naga Siren. These heroes, there's going to be someone that has to be burst down before these fights begin, or the Chen heal comes out, the sleep comes out, and all of a sudden you're looking at a really bad engagement.
It's a pretty bold pick here because the entire team is very, very squishy. Chaos Knight aside, everybody could die to a Tornado, Fable, and a couple of right clicks. So this is a pretty big pick. Look towards Zenith to be extremely aggressive. This is not a turtle till victory kind of line.
No, I mean, if they want to run a tri-lane with the Keeper of the Light, this could be their tri-lane.
Sure.
We could see Tinker mid. If Tinker is mid, though, he can really struggle against Chen ganks. We could easily see him going down, especially if it's something. Oh, it is the Beastmaster. What do you know? Hannah Montana will get his hands on that. Now they have really good initiation. Complexity can easily take fights once they get some levels up, particularly getting the Hand of God. Ideally, the 3 Chen creeps at level 7, the Roar, the Naga Sleep, and they're pretty much good to go. How is Zenith going to finish out this draft?
Your guess is good as mine. You say that this is good initiation for Beastmaster, and I do agree, but going back to what you said earlier, they're lacking AoE. Where is the AoE coming from? Access is not exactly the...
Yeah, it's true. Again, Rubik can steal some good spells. Invoker can throw it over the top. And eventually Naga can do big damage if she gets the items up.
Right, so it's not going to be an AoE wombo combo lineup here. Blinding Light, though, we shouldn't forget about that one, as it will apply 80% miss on Naga, Siren's Illusion, Chen Creeps, whatever they may be. So
that could slow down the push.
Yes, well, it's a big bouncing spell. I mean, I'm not sure how
it does reposition heroes, so it can have that utility as well. We'll see. The other thing is if you drop that Naga Sleep, I mean, you don't actually catch Keeper of the Light or Tinker. If they're really far away, they can start to charge up and drop some big AoE damage. It's pretty hard to do so. I'm really curious what Zenith is going to do with this last pick. I feel like they have something spectacular planned. We can actually see them in the booth right now, deliberating a little bit.
Oh, man.
Team Hug, they know what they want. Now they just have to make that final selection. They are ready to go. Some big fighting spirit coming out from them. And the final pick, it's coming soon because this clock is a-ticking.
Drum roll. It's that X, right?
Come on, Bloodseeker. It's a Queen of Pain.
Still a very exciting hero to watch, a momentum-based hero. And hero that normally runs out of mana, like the Queen of Pain, like the Lina Inverse, will be getting Chakra Magic. And I think that's a big compliment that it's obvious, but it's going to be very useful.
Yeah, it could be the offensive tri-lane here for Zenith. It could be an off-lane Queen of Pain. Tinker pretty much has to go mid with this lineup. I don't really see any other way for them to do it. Maybe they'll look to get him solo 1v1 versus the Beastmaster.
Definitely, and it looks like the players have been selecting their hero Ice Ice Ice. Tinker, X-Freedom on the support keeper, Loda playing the Chaos Knight, XY playing the Lina Inverse. Last time we saw him play it, we saw a couple of Blink Daggers on the team, so it's going to be quick, it's going to be action-packed. And lastly, we do have Queen of Pain being played by HY.
Yeah, meanwhile, over on the Complexity squad as the crowd is starting to cheer for them, blowing those horns, getting excited. Of course, this tournament is happening in Seattle, so a lot of North American Dota fans here. Fluff and Stuff heading towards the top lane. TC going to be handling that Naga Siren. And in fact, they've got a full 4-man squad heading up this way. Jo as well. Hannah Montana too. Finally, IX Mike bringing up the rear. He's playing the Rubik.
Yeah, very important pickup here is the Sentry Ward. Not many teams do start with it. One of the more important things to check out. Sure, they could ward off your pole camp, or you could try to ward off their pole camp, but Sentry dewarding is going to be big, and you can see both teams coming out prepared. And judging from the items, I imagine it's going to be a Queen playing solo top, but you could never really see.
Yeah, it's hard to say, and well, they do place an aggressive lane where both teams do, in fact. So this is pretty useful defensively, but it's more effective offensively. You spot in TPs, you know when it's safe to tower dive, and there is some big tower diving potential for both teams. Chen creeps to tank, the net to set things up. Rubik as well can be pretty good in that respect. And especially for Zenith. They have the Chaos Knight with the Chaos Bolt, the Reality Rift, lots of ways to pull them in, to burst them down. Queen of Pain, a good chaser as well. So we'll see. It looks like for the moment it will be the offensive tri-lane. And it's going to be up against the solo Beastmaster. They can find some kills here.
Yeah, I think both teams trying to outgame each other. One team says, all right, I think the tri-lane's up top, so we'll run it there. And the horns from both in-game and real life here.
I'm having flashbacks to the Vuvuzelas from the World Cup. We'll have to see if these are...
Please don't give them the incentive to do that.
Some eardrums may break today, but it'll be for a good cause.
And looks like Zenith has actually scouted out. They're going to just rotate top, so we're going to see a very, very action-packed tri-lane versus tri-lane up top.
Oh, man. Who does this favor? Complexity, they have the jungler, so they will have that extra creep to do battle. But at the same time, they're very frail. Rubik as well as Chen, especially in the early laning stage, can easily be brought down. Even the Naga, she's got some good base armor. Her HP is not the best. And really, until she gets her skills leveled up in her ultimate, the kills could be easy to come by. But it's going to be really a test of wills and positioning for this lane.
Yeah, Chaos Bolt, it's very, very far in terms of range. Very easy for XY to follow up with the Light Strike Array. But you don't really want to initiate on TC. You want to get your hands on IX Mike. So for now, it's coming down to IX Mike's positioning, as well as the creep selection here from Fluff. He goes with a Dark Troll Warlord. It's very easy from the gank mid as well. That's kind of a big plus if you're going to be offensive jungling a Chen.
Middle lane, it's Jo going to be handling Invoker up against Tinker. Who do you favor in this one? Tinker is the blind effect of Laser on the one hand, but for Jo, he's got the good regen.
I mean, it's going to come down to individual play, but with Fluff in the jungle, I definitely favor Jo. Like, you don't even have to get the kills here. You just have to pressure Ice Ice Ice, make sure he doesn't have free fall.
Bottom lane, big damage being exchanged already. TC has rotated down there. It's a lane switch. They're gonna be all rotating. They want Hannah Montana getting that solo, well, not experience, but basically he's gonna be the one who suffers for the benefit of his team. TC will be getting the farm bottom, but he needs help. He cannot deal with Queen of Pain one-on-one.
And here comes the gank on the mid lane here. The net to initiate. Where's the cold snap? No cold snap just yet. It's on cooldown. Oh no. That would have been first blood for sure.
Just had to wait a few more seconds, but maybe was expecting the Ice 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 to back off, which he probably would have done. Again, bottom lane, TC, he is not farming, and he always farms for Complex. He's 5-3, but the issue is he's taking a lot of harassment. That's why we see IX Mike coming in for the backstab, looking to do some harassment. Telekinesis has been picked up. This is very, very powerful against Queen of Pain to lock her down. That's something else we haven't really discussed, is the net and the telekinesis will be very, very good to lock down Queen of Pain to help prevent her from getting away.
Yeah, when they're lift up or when they pull down by the net, they will not be able to blink away here. And again, the Darkshore Roller selection could be setting up again a gank on the bot lane against HY.
Yeah, it looks like it will be a journey down to the bottom lane for XY as well. So musical lanes really is the name of the game so far. Hannah Montana, Haystrom picked up, still only level 1 top. Really needs that Hawk to have some idea of what Freedom is up to. It's a free farm Chaos Knight right now. It's a Chen getting a lot of farm, and it's a Naga Siren getting a lot. Do you give an advantage to either team right now, or are we pretty even in terms of this game?
I think Naga Siren needs that early start here to get his upgraded boots, upgrade whatever basic item, but as it goes along, the other hero is going to have a little bit more edge.
Yeah, they're doing a bunch of pulling. We saw this a lot from the Chinese teams. Lasers being thrown out in the middle lane, but it's only a level. Oh, he is going for level 2 laser. Okay, we'll see. If he continues to level this up, it's all about the burst damage then, and it's going to limit his farming options. We haven't seen any Ancients stacking. Oh, sorry. Yes, we have. Ancients have been stacked up. March the Machines will be helpful for that. This is a tell that at some point he is going to go farm those up. So maybe he's only going to get the 2 points in laser and then go back for the rockets in the March build. Bottom lane, though, the wraparound from IX Mike. There's your telekinesis. XY in a lot of trouble. There's the Riptide. First blood should be claimed by Complexity. It is, and you can hear it. The crowd goes wild.
Wow, a lot of Complexity fans in the house here. Great first blood being picked up. This is exactly what you need to keep your Nagas farming, and it really deters Lina from coming back, but she comes back, not afraid.
Not afraid, but really should be. These are 3 very squishy heroes. Oh, blink in. Once IX Mike, there's your Shadow Strike to start off. Only level 1. The right click's coming in. And IX Mike, telekinesis in towards TC. Maybe not the direction, but oh, the Illuminate hits. IX Mike drops low, but he will not take a fall.
So it's going to be a tri-lane here now. Man, Zenith says, we want you to be offensive, but Queen of Pain really needs all the EXP she gets. No, she teleports up top. It's going to be, like you said, musical lane switch.
How many lane switches have we seen in this game? That's got to be at least 3 or 4 between the 2 teams. Neither team very happy with the way things started. But the beauty
top lane here, as we see the 3-second stun, the poisons being stacked up. Hannah really has no chance. Final right click here, Loda puts himself on the scoreboard.
And that off-lane Beastmaster, not the most level-dependent, not the most farm-dependent, but very easy kill. Bottom lane, XY, telekinesis, they're not actually going to go in. Kills being traded left and right, even when they're not. Constant aggression, middle lane, Taker dies. Jo, the Pinoy player with the solo kill.
Phasing in, using that tornado, started with a cold snap, but no big deal, picks up another kill. I love what Fluff's been doing so far, though. He's jungling it up, getting to that critical level 6, but still helping out the lane. Had a unfortunate gank on the mid lane as well, sending us Walken, putting tornadoes on. Look at, this is what he's doing. He's not farming that fast, but he's making sure that nobody else is farming fast on the other side.
Well, he's actually level 4 because he's doing this pulling. He's getting a decent chunk of experience out of that and still providing the harassment with the creep. So I'd pretty much say he's the best of both worlds right now. Overall complexity, pretty much getting whatever they want this game. The big thing for me, it's not the kills being traded on top or bottom. It is the solo kill by Jo. He's definitely going to have an edge here now. Level 6, like you mentioned, phase boots picked up. And Taker has no boots. The auto attacks will be coming fast and furious. Unless there's March down, at which point Taker pretty much can't be touched.
Another tornado being summoned on the bot lane here, and that's basically going to ward off at least the 2 supports here.
This is obnoxious.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way you can deal against it. You got to find that Walken and stun him.
He might be stealing TC's farm, though, unfortunately for him. He's going to come in and look to last at a couple of creeps. The rotation down towards the Ancients. Ice, Ice, Ice. Taker always has a plan B if he goes March. He doesn't have a good time in lane. That's okay. Go stack the Ancients up. He can get some gold from there. This will be a hot spot, though. We have seen Complexity many times will either ward this camp off or, even better yet, try and jack it with Beastmaster to set things up. The Naga sleep. They can breach that high ground. They can walk up that hill, no problem. Or if they get the tier 1 bottom, either way, if they can find that opening, these could be Ancients for Complexity. Haste and jacked by HY.
And very surprisingly, did not go on jail. Jail very healthy on HP, got the phase as well.
Well, they have no detection.
Yeah, they didn't, so I don't think they even saw him. But for now, Hannah's got to back up on the top lane because they definitely saw with the ward just phasing out that they saw Queen of Pain picking that one up. Again, very, very kind of passive on both tri lanes. Not too many kills.
And you know the nice thing
about...
about...
they might start right now here as we do initiate. 3 seconds, son. Where's the Light Strike Array? Oh, look at the nukes here below them. Perhaps taking a little bit more damage. And there we go. There's a phase for the kill. And now the chase goes the other way. Zenith have to back off.
Yeah, aggression, but it's not working out from Zenith. It's so hard to fight into that Chen. The creep was doing a lot of damage there. You really can't underestimate just the auto text from that. Plus, the Fluff immediately sending his ally back to the base. That means TC right back in the lane. This is how he farms so well. The efficiency that Nebula was referring to in the pregame, a lot of it is due to Fluff.
HY, just look at his positioning right now. Keeping back Hannah Montana. Gotta worry though, because she's fairly close to death. Back on the mid lane here, I think Tinker got a small advantage as we saw Invoker coming on the bot lane to help out. And but I think he's quite a bit far off.
Yeah, he's got 900 gold picked up. Jayo's still level 7, still out leveling Ice. Overall, he's going to be pleased with that. Again, Tinker's a good hero to come back. Oh, bottom lane. Nope, it's actually just the illusions coming in. And this is another nice thing about Naga is you can just send your illusions in, drop a Riptide, and farm safely from a distance. Unfortunately, in this case, Loda's going to clean up some denies. Whenever we see the offensive tri-lane, we have to ask, is it worth it? Because they're not pulling during this time. They're not setting up ganks in other lanes. They don't have the jungler. Fluff is already level 6 at 7 minutes and 45 seconds in. You know, we thought maybe he was going to be a little bit held back, but he is not by any means. That ultimate will be huge. And if Zenith want to be aggressive, I feel it will be a huge mistake. I really don't think they can initiate anymore.
I completely agree. I feel like Zenith, if they're going to be getting kills, it's going to be razor edge thin. And when you factor in a 200 down chill, Song of Siren initiation, this is aggressive. They want XY. I think XY's, no, they want Loda instead. Well play here, Loda, no chance. Will he survive? No, he does not. No Song of Siren. I mean, no Hand of God even needed. Another kill. Complexity very far ahead at this point.
The patience of Fluff there, just sitting behind the tree line, waiting. A lot of other players would have assumed they had wards. They actually did not. Finds that moment, comes in, and that's the power of that Naga Siren ultimate. Setting everything up, you get the surround, then you turn off the ult and you look to attack. Zenith, they ran the offensive tri-lane, they went for the aggressive style, and it's not working. What is plan B for the rest of this team? I talked about Tinker having one with the Ancients. What should these heroes do?
I think they just stay on the bot lane here and make sure HY has mana as well as a teleport scroll, because that fight could have turned very easily if Queen of Pain came in with a big Sonic Wave. But for now, they're going to just hunker down, get some farm. They need that boot to travel. That's kind of be priority number 1. You do see the Ancient stacking being continuously happening, and I think he is about to go claim it.
Is there a ward here? It doesn't look like it for the Radiant. He's thinking about it, but no, he's waiting for that Soul Ring, which is just coming out in the courier now. With Tinker, for anyone who's not familiar with it, you can just use March of Machines, use the Soul Ring, rearm, rinse, and repeat. You barely lose any mana. You only, so much for farming those Ancients. There's the Tornado, Cold Snap, the net. He gets picked off again. Unfortunately, that kill does not happen at the Ancients, so they won't be able to farm them up themselves. But they continue to shut down the Tinker. They shut down the tri-lane bottom. It's really who is going to make the big plays in this game for Zenith.
I think right now Zenith they don't have the capability to make the big plays. Oh, big blink in here against IX Mike. Really, he's going for this kill, but here comes any Hand of God. No Hand of God being cast. There's going to be a kill. Solo kill. Too easy, I want to say, for HY. JO got to be careful as well. Chakra Magic keeping HY. Oh, Beastmaster Roar. Where the Axis? There's the Axis. Right click. Hannah Montana puts himself.
And he's level 7 right now. Compare that to the offlane here for Zenith level 4. Lina, sure they were tri-laning, but they were still in that offlane. Freedom level 4. The level discrepancy between these teams, pretty fearsome. Even IX Mike, that hard support, who's been all over the map, he's getting close to 6. And, you know, let's talk about Fluff as well. 1,000 gold in the bag. The mech's coming soon, and if it wasn't already hard enough to find kills for a lineup that wants to be aggressive on the side of Zenith, it's going to get a lot harder.
I think he has to go for the mech, but I think he's going to start with the Arcane Boots. His mana's a little bit tight right now between Hand of God as well as the mech. Yeah, there you go. The Arcane Boots gets immediately upgrade, and that's going to allow them to push on the bot lane a little bit as well. Tower very healthy in HP. XY, of course, providing for the defense, but they want to go. And if any net drops on that Lina, she's dead.
There are so many ways to get out of jail if they ever get into trouble. Chen sending people back, as well as the heal, the mech. Oh, there's the net. They want to go in on XY. Perfect chain stun there. The Riptide. Easy kill for Complexity. the team with all the defensive firepower apparently has all the offensive tools as well.
And back in mid lane here, JO's going to be fine. He basically had uninterrupted farm on the, like, there's no gank being sent to him.
Right.
He's fine, 54 CS, not leading the chart, but hey, when your carry's actually leading the chart, that's exactly where you want to be. So I say Complexity, they're farming very well, they're killing very well. Zenith, what do you got to do to kind of make a headway here?
They're so far behind in terms of experience. I really feel it's going to be this ancient stack. They need to continue to do it. They also need to play some lane wards down, which is hard because Fluff is constantly dewarding. He's putting his own lane ward or wards near the lane so they see what's going on. They've opened up some space for TC to farm now. Getting that kill, he can safely go into his own jungle. It's harder for Zenith to access that jungle. Oh, HY, cheeky play, is going to steal creep from the low ground. Not a big deal, but it's something for him. I really think they have to try and avoid confrontations. It's so hard to fight against the Chen, who's already level 8 with the mech about to be picked up. In fact, I believe it's being flown out now. No, just the headdress. He's still about 900 gold away, but getting close to that. Getting very close. Yeah, I really think they need to find a way not to fight for now.
Well, finding a way to not to fight, which is a sound plan, but their heroes doesn't go very late. You know, they have a Queen of Pain, they have a Chaos Knight. They want to be fighting 24/7. Getting on the back foot like this, it's a little bit rough.
Well, I would almost say both teams are even in terms of late game, or maybe even give the Dire straight edge or slight edge in a vacuum. But in this game, with this kind of a lead, it's going to be tough. I mean, they could get Slice of Ice up eventually on the Tinker, the Queen of Pain. The Chaos Knight can do big damage, but he's a long way away from that. Here comes the smoke gank towards the top lane. Hannah Montana looking to be in the front lines. Loaded. Oh, the roar to start it off. The DD road. Another pick for Complexity. The hits just keep on coming, and Zenith is getting caught with their pants down time and again.
I think right now Fluff and Stuff got to give a commission to that Dark Troll Warlord. It's from the start to now. He's done so many nets.
Some royalties are in order,
Seriously.
I would say.
And the tower on the top one, tier 1, will be going down. But on the bot lane, though, XY wants to go for solo kill. Nice light strike away, but the net and the riot clicks here. XY is going to be going down. They're making it too easy, but here comes TC. TC says, I don't care. I'll fight you right now. Riptide pulling down. Sound Siren. Oh, this is so annoying.
That's the get out of jail free card. You're in a bad spot. Just TP away. The March brings him very low, but he'll survive.
Yep.
Yeah, while this was all happening, the big thing that happened on the map was actually the tier 1 going down top. This is the power of Beastmaster. As that offlane here, you get the inner beast. You get the initiation from Roar. We talked about that. We saw it earlier finding the kill on Queen of Pain. But perhaps more importantly, you get a hero that provides so much in terms of map control with the Hawk and with the pushing power. We're seeing it now. They get the first 2 tier 1s. And in fact, look at their towers. Very healthy. Really, everything is going perfectly for Complexity. I don't think TC is farming, JO's farming, everybody's getting kills. What more could possibly go wrong for Zenith? And I guess how do they claw their way back into this game?
They got to get some counter ganks around. I mean, Freedom, you got the mobility here. They still want that boot to travel. Queen of Pain, one of the best counter gankers. They just got to punish for the aggression play that Complexity is showing up. Hannah's got his Beastmaster Roar, and you can bet he's looking for more kills all over the place. On the bot, HY finds a couple illusions, which is...
TC is going for a relic here. He's got 2,800 gold. He's not far off. This could easily be a 17. At least it looks like it. He could go for the Reaver, could go for the Art, but top lane, it's a big engagement. Loda in the front lines, wants Hannah Montana, 3 seconds stun. There's your Illuminate, Queen of Pain ult. Chen keeps him alive. Fluff gets the fight, and Loda now on the back foot. XY, the EMP will bring him low, but it's still Fluff running. Fluff caught out a little bit on his own. There's your Shadow Strike. They're not going to go it any farther. In the end, it's only a Beastmaster who falls.
Our World Day, though, seems like there's a lot of Zenith member around, but no, Chen backs off. Again, we talked about the early mech. We talked about the Hand of God. After the Sonic Wave and Illuminate, it felt like nobody lost any HP on Complexity, and that's the defensive power on coL.
Yeah, they found...
And you got to keep in mind, Naga wasn't even in the fight.
Yeah, that is their best team fight hero.
Right.
And she wasn't there.
Yeah, so it's an uphill climb here for Zenith, but again...
Oh, look at this. Jo diving deep for Freedom. I believe he's going to get him too. He does.
Wow.
Jo, sensational Invoker play, finding kill after kill. Oftentimes we talk about Invoker as a hero who takes a while to get involved, but Jo has been involved from the 5-minute mark.
I mean, he's farming in the mid lane, he's constantly pressuring it and pushing it. The tower could be suffering a little bit more damage, but for the most part, he's hammered down Tinker. Tinker, this is what, a 15-minute BOT? And generally, I mean, if you're having a good game, you finish it by the 8-minute mark.
Yeah, I mean, even somewhere between 10 and 12 is decent, but this late, this is a problem. He does have it up, but with so many ways to initiate now, the Roar, the Telekinesis, especially this Wex Invoker with the EMP Tornado, Cold Snap combo, and the net. I mean, he needs a Force Staff. He might even need more just to survive. Blink Dagger wouldn't be out of the question. If you get it off in time, it'll let you dodge some spells and stay away, but that means he's squishy. Either way, they can close the gap from so far on the side of Complexity. It's going to be really, positioning is important, but there's so many ways to punish your positioning.
And here we go. Where's the stun here? There's a 4-second stun. The right-click will commence. Like Striker Rig and a Laguna play. No chance for the Sound Siren. But Jo, he's in position. Does he have the Tornado? No, it's on cooldown. He probably missed it. Definitely blasted, so that's his choice. Cold Snap, he wants Loda, but dude's got a horse, man.
This is a long way to chase. That Wizard cannot keep up with the horse. TP's back mid in the end, and immediately the blink away. That was a crucial kill. Naga now has 3,300 gold. It still looks like he's going for Relic, and if he was about 200 away. Really slowing him down. That's going to be at least 2 minutes delayed, if not more. Just getting back to the lane, the time you spend dead. The Chen heal, the mech were not there, unfortunately, and there just wasn't enough. But we'll have to see. It's going to be hard to find another kill like that, but they had an opportunity, and they pounced.
Oh, they want to go for it. Loda leaping ahead, sees the boar, and, well...
That boar.
Yeah.
If you're Chaos Knight, this is the bane of your existence. Middle lane, Jo and a creep army are going to be pushing the tower. Fluff can make contributions without his hero being there.
Well, here comes a teleportation, and I don't think they can really dive on Jo. There's a tornado to make sure, but that tower, unfortunately, is going to get denied. Hand of God just to keep it current. Oh, he wanted to keep his creeps alive to get a kill, but now Loda begins the massacre on the Chen creeps.
All three of those creeps, that's about 153 damage or so combined, approximately 0.76 or something like that. No, but it's more damage than Loda, and he still gets the deny there.
Yep. Good job here by Fluff and his team to keep up warding. Both teams actually doing a very good job on the warding, but now with Boots of Travel Tinker being finished up, it's I guess a +1.5 because you got to keep in mind that Keeper of Light could also recall somebody, and they have a lot of mobility all over the map, but they got to take advantage of it somehow.
HY, he is very poor. Only 1,500 gold. Just compare the two solo mids right now. Jo, in terms of net worth, he's sitting at around 6,500. Tinker's actually caught up pretty well, but the other semi-carry, the other real initiator right now, the Queen of Pain, is way behind. 4,100 top lane. Hannah Montana eats a laser. In comes the backstab from HY looking to get involved. There's your cold snap, the right clicks. I don't think this is enough for a kill, or maybe it is. There's your tornado. There's your EMP. He will blink away.
Oh, man, that tornado might have been a little bit too quick, but no big deal here. As we see Courier just waiting for the Sacred Relic. I think he has to go for it.
Oh, man. And with these early towers, with the defensive firepower they have, it's going to be so hard to shut down this farm, and he will farm fast. Here comes the backstab on the middle lane. Reality Rip, IX Mike, 4-step away, telekinesis. Loda cannot fight. He is locked in place. There's your Queen of Pain ultimate. Good damage coming out. Illuminate. Jo, set back to base. Not in time. It's a massacre. Complexity are getting butchered, torn apart. Even Loda lives. Somehow they do it. Loda surviving with 100 HP. That is 3 kills against the team with a Chen heal, with a mech. He used everything he had, but it was not enough.
And again, that was a big kill for a momentum-based hero like Queen of Pain, Chaos Knight. They need every one of those kills, and getting 3 right there was huge. And of course, they want to pressure tier 1 a little bit. It's fairly low, and between Illuminate and a couple of right clicks, I think they could bring it down. Let's see how quick the response is for Complexity is.
Yeah, again, Naga Siren is not dying, so that was a good fight for them. TC is still leading the way in terms of farm. The Radiance is not far off. Now, when you go for Radiance, your illusions will get that effect. So you can farm multiple lanes, you can farm the jungle with them as well. And of course, Riptide will be, the illusions will proc it too. So this hero can split push very well. Ice, all over these Ancients. There's your roar. Greedy, Ice, and he is punished.
Bot lane here, Jo, he teleports in, and the blink will just bring HY barely out of range. Jo will be just farming this creep, but these key kills are keeping Tinker down. You talked about he needs a Force Staff. Force Staff is not enough, but he went for a Blink Dagger. Wow.
This is only effective offensively, or if you're really quick with your fingers. That was a big kill because he was about to jack those Ancients. I think 1 or 2 more March layers, he would have had it. Also slowing down that Tinker like you talked about. He goes for Blink, he goes for the offensive firepower. I don't know. I mean, there's so many ways to deal with that. The net will prevent you from blinking away. And it just seems like it's not an item that's going to help you sustain in the team fights. Plus, you can't help your team with that. It only helps yourself. But it is an item that gives you a lot of mobility, and it will help them to deal with this Wex Invoker with just the general aggression from Complexity.
And it will definitely make your Cypher Vice that much stronger once you do pick it up. But that's pretty far off in the future. But for now, looks like a gank attempt on the bot lane. No, it makes you way better in terms of escaping ganks when you're doing this kind of March farm.
Yeah. And this is in this case, I think it's more of a stall the game kind of item.
Right.
You TP in, you drop the March, and you blink away immediately.
All right, here's the thing. How do you stall against TC once they finish the Radiance and Complexity decides to draw a big line down the mid lane? How do you stall that?
Well, there's going to be there's already a mech. There's going to be a pipe on Anna Montana soon. In fact, there's your headdress. He is very close. And yeah, then how do you stall? The March won't do much.
Well, I mean, there's Illuminate, there's March, so we talked about that during the Pigman phase.
Right.
It's going to be tough, and looks like one way to stall them is to basically kill them. Loda leading the charge. They see Jo. Oh, and Jo perhaps in big trouble. He does have the Force Staff. Let's see how quick the reaction is. The blinking here, the 3 seconds, son. Everything being thrown, but Jo, he's alive. He's still alive. Why is he alive? He's still alive. Ice now on the run. Hannah does not have his ultimate. Just use it right now. Chaos Bolt coming off cooldown, and that's going to be it. These ganks are just not working out.
Oh, Ice will escape. Blinks to the high ground there. Nice little play by him. It is tough right now. I mean, if you're on Zenith, you want to make something happen. You pick Chaos Knight, you pick Queen of Pain. Even Lena, as the support goes, you pick her for the burst damage, for that aggressive combo. The Chaos Bolt to start, the Light Strike right to follow. And every time they go aggressive, they get punished for it.
It's like trying to punch your fist into this wall.
Right. The wall doesn't care.
Yeah, the wall
your
don't
fist
care.
is in pain.
Yeah, and they're paying for it right now. And of course, TC, all this meantime, for Protect 1 strat, if we could call it, just free farming, literally free farming. Look at him microing the illusions around, making sure he's getting as much gold.
Wow. Farming 2 camps as well as the lane. Wall at base. Even Anti-Mage with the Battle Fury can't do this.
Right. Well, Anti-Mage is not constant ban, so let's just put it that way.
You know, this is very interesting for Complexity because they pick Naga, and normally when we see Naga, a lot of teams, at least in the past, we've seen occasionally players will go for Radiance and play more this farming style, but normally you pick it for the team fight combos, and we haven't even really seen Naga participate. I think we've seen one Solo Siren all game.
Yeah, I don't think they really are picking it for the team fight. I think at the end of the draft, we looked at, I mean, what's your AoE, right? Tornado and Axis, right?
So they're playing it correctly, but it's a different way to play it.
It's just a different way to play it. It's not a one-sided, one-dimensional way to play Naga, and so far it's working beautifully. You just make sure you counter-gank every time. Counter-ganking is one of Complexity's strong point, and they're picking heroes just to do that. You know, Chen, Fluff and Stuff, or not Fluff and Stuff, Jo and his Tornado. Doing great so far.
Yeah, we saw in the pregame notes, you know, shout out to our very astute analyst there up at the desk, doing a great job of figuring out Complexity's playstyle to a certain extent. Even if you know what they're going to do, it's another thing stopping entirely. I will say for Complexity, sort of similar to DK in the sense that most teams, they know what heroes they're going to pick more or less. They know what style they're going to play. TC is normally the one who's middle lane though, big action on Ice. Cold Snap, the net, is it enough? The Radiance Burn might bring him down. No, he's still alive, and he will escape. That was only 2 heroes, and they almost get a kill. 5 heroes forced to defend for that, and here comes the push bottom.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to get some chip damage. Everybody will be rotating. They have a ward to spot everybody out. Loda with this horse, again, can't really, not fast enough to walk in to initiate. I just feel like Zenith, they want to initiate, they want to go for pickoffs, but everybody on the Radiant team is just too tank.
Yeah, and the positioning is very solid overall. They're spreading the map out. And Tinker's doing his best to defend. Look at HY as well as that Tinker, just constantly blinking around the map, trying to push the lanes, trying to stall as much as possible. But with that pipe available, with the mech available, I feel, you know, maybe you wait for the one item on Naga. Maybe you try to get up whatever that is. Heart of Tarrasque is a likely choice, Manta style. Maybe Diffusal Blade, but I think just tanking up is the way to go here. Get that one item, and then I really think they can knock down these tier 2s. And if not end the game, then certainly tighten the noose. Zenith are doing a great job of stalling, though.
Yeah, I mean, their heroes are built for that. They have Illuminate, they have the multiple layers of March. You don't want to fight Loda under his tower. He does simply too much damage to that. He's tanking up as well, so he's making sure he is going to be tanking the full Brunto. But eventually, there is going to be a time where Naga gets just so big, where it just even gets difficult to turtle against her.
And she becomes a siege engine, because she can send the illusions in. The main hero doesn't have to participate. She can also back off, and the heart will heal her up. So it gets scary at that point.
And look at TC. Perhaps they're trying to set a gank on him? No, it's just too difficult. HY does have his ultimate, though.
Yeah, then there's always that Naga ult. We're getting to that point where Naga gets terrifying, because the ult's going to be on a minute cooldown once she hits 16. And that means you can use it multiple times in a single fight. You can use it once, die, buy back, and come back with your ult ready to go. You can win one fight, knock down a tower, then rotate and have it up again. It gets to this point where Naga, every time you want to fight, the sleep's there, either offensively or as an escape mechanism. We're not there yet, but we're getting close.
Just look at how powerful Zenith's counter push is. They glyph, and suddenly the entire wave is dead. That wave had a pipe on them too. But I think, again, Freedom says no tower for you guys.
And he's just going to do this all day. They are damaging the tower, though. It's getting close to deny range, slowly but surely. But it is slow, and normally it could be very quick. I want to point out these wards in the bottom lane. If you want to do this, constantly siege a tower, you really do need these wards. The sentry ward as well as the observer. Then you know if they smoke up, if they try anything aggressive, as long as you're smart and you're keeping an eye on the lane. This allows them to apply pressure, but do it safely.
Yep. Top lane here, or back in the mid lane here, TC is just being a ninja all over the map, still holding on to that Radiance, 2,500 go in the bank. Any guesses of what his next item might be? A Mantis Tower, perhaps?
I was actually about to ask you the same thing, so I'm not sure. He's got flexibility. I think Heart is probably the best choice here. Because
you talked about the smoke and the sentry ward. How ironic. They're standing right under it, massive pings. They know. And are they going to take advantage of this? Are they going to set up a gank?
It's not just the wards, it's the attentiveness to have your camera over that area, because even with the sentry wards, you won't see smoke tiers on the map.
For now, Zenith looking all over the place. They find Naga illusions everywhere. They want the real thing. They don't want Naga illusions.
Is this DK or is this complexity? Because we're seeing some serious 4 Protect 1, and they're executing it pretty flawlessly, I have to say.
Yeah, man, there's 2 days in between the rounds. Perhaps they like DK's playstyle. They want to kind of mimic it. Or, I mean,
this is complexity anyway, though. They are very similar in that respect.
They're playing so well. I got to focus on Zenith a little bit more, though. They have so much AoE damage. Let's not forget Illuminate, Lina's Dragon Slave as well.
The big thing for me is the Sight Device coming up in HY, especially if they can pick off. I mean, the Naga picking her off is going to be very ambitious, but the supporting cast, Fluff is still quite squishy. Ghost Scepter is not going to help you. TPs in top, mass TPs. We talked about the counter gank, and Jo narrowly missing on that tornado. 2 TPs forced. Still the pressure, they're not going to leave bottom. They are going to constantly push this lane, which means some farm for these heroes, but also they're not accessing the... That's the other thing about this. They can't get to the Ancients right now because they have to defend this lane.
Yeah, there's a juicy stack there, and Tinker... I mean, Tinker's going to try his best to push it out, and then he's going to go back in. There's a Chakra Magic into Tinker, and that makes his life a lot easier now. But if you want to talk about towers, it's Radiant keeping every single tower alive. A big part of the goal difference is the fact that they have knocked down way more towers, 3 to be exact.
For the amount of control that Complexity is exerting, I actually don't feel it's that big of a lead right now. And it does go back to the ability of the Tinker and the Queen of Pain to split farm around the map. For me, those are the big items right now are going to be a BKB on the Chaos Knight. It's not a full solution for the net. Actually, you know, I don't even know. You can't go for one here because there's a Roar as well as a net. I don't know what he builds, to be honest. I was about to say BKB would be a good choice, but not so much. But Decisive Vice, if they can get them up on the Queen of Pain and the Tinker, that would be very helpful. And frankly, they're not that far off.
Oh, they want to pick up Fluff. Fluff again. He just pops a mech, no big deal for himself. And here comes the gank on the other side of the map. Jo, very, very far away from Hannah. Gotta have Hannah to initiate first. Beastmaster Roar is one of the strongest stun in the game, but for now they back off. They don't sense anybody. Both teams are just playing whack-a-moles, and both teams kind of missing. Lina Inverse, though, does pick up a Blink Dagger, and suddenly this team just got a lot more mobile.
Yeah, you know, because XY, he will have that mobility to work with now, but this is a glass cannon if I've ever seen one.
Sure.
Yeah, the pressure will, both teams really just pushing the map. It does seem like Complexity overall. The creep equilibrium in their favor. The Hawk doing some good scouting. Slowly but surely sieging out the bottom tower and the top tower. Freedom doing a masterful job of defending this lane. Spamming Illuminate. Middle tower taking a lot of damage. There's your tornado. Here's the counter gank. Complexity will not let their towers go without defending. There's the EMP. Where's that net? He is Lotus taking a lot of damage. He will take a fall. Roar even used. I will say that was a very difficult kill, but they do get it. And now bottom tower, they're looking for the tier 2. There's that Blink Dagger. It's not enough. Fluff's going to turn it around. XY in a lot of trouble. Chaos Bolt stolen. And here comes Jo. This could be trouble. This could be big. Test of faith. Where's that tornado? Just the cold snap. Freedom taking a fall too. Zenith getting thoroughly outmaneuvered right now.
Oh, the Rocketeer is going to pick up IX. My good kill. Will XY escape? He will.
Oh,
no. Wow.
Nice play.
Nice play. Just if he TP any second late, he's going to be dead.
Oh, net onto HY. Roar not available. They don't need it. They chop him to bits.
Man, Queen of Pain just have no survivability because he opted for the Mystic Stab and the Void Stone first.
I don't think an Ultimate Orb is saving you there, to be honest.
Fair enough, but he needs as much as HP as he can get.
You know, this is one of those games where you need the HP items and you need the disable because of the situation your team's in, and he's farming well, not nearly well enough.
Jo and his squad ready to take mid here. TC definitely would like a Chakra Magic on himself. He's running a little bit empty, has Arcane Boots, but does not have the mana to use it. There you go. And he's going to go for the Heart. With Heart on TC, is there any way to actually kill him?
Top lane. Nope, the turn blink away from Ice. The master of escapes, I got to say, but Yeah, I don't think Heart is enough. Actually, sorry, excuse me. I think Heart will be enough in this game. I think
was
that's
like,
enough to go
what are you talking about, man?
I was trying to talk about Zenith items there. But yeah, with the mech, the pipe, the Heart, you can see.
Hand of God.
Yeah, the Hand of God as well. You're not going to instantly bring down the racks, but you can slowly work them down. I would also like to see them work towards Roshan, but they really do need to knock down the tier 2 mid. This is Complexity's wheelhouse right now. Playing safe, playing stable, not really committing to fights except when they know they can win. And slowly but surely accruing that gold advantage, accruing the experience advantage. The map control isn't fully there, but if they get the tier 2s, it will be.
I think Complexity is doing the right thing. They tried pushing for the last 5-10 minutes or so. It's just a hard door to crack. They got one tower for after pushing actively for 7 or 8 minutes. I mean, and of course, you're constantly putting yourself in a very easily ganked position. After that last team fight, they said, well, pull it back a little bit. Sure, you could defend all your towers, but we still got the better late game. Our Naga is just too accelerated.
Yeah, in spite of HY dying, he's only about 1,400 gold away from that Scythe of Vice. Although it does feel like a long way to go because there's just not that much room to maneuver. This is the downside to running Tinker as one of your team's heroes is if he's not able to stack Ancients, which he's finally doing right now with that bottom tier 2 going down, the pressure has relented for the moment. But if he's farming the lanes, if he's pushing the lanes, that means less territory for Queen of Pain to farm, less creep for her to access. And it's just, you know, these two, in theory, they can split the farm pretty evenly, but Complexity applying all this pressure, it's making life a little difficult.
Yep. HY very, very close, about 1,400 to his Scythe of Vice. If you look at Tinker, he's almost got it. He's just about 700 go away. Yeah. So with the 2 Scythe of Vice picked up and the mobility of these here, right? You got a Blink Dagger on Ice as well as a natural Blink on the Queen of Pain. They could just see a hero and instantly Hex, perma-Hex, of course, with Ice, and just kill it from 4 HP to 0.
They do. Complexity is going to have to play this at some point. I do feel they're going to have to group up like what we saw out of LGD. Maybe have the Naga off on her own because she can always sleep and she's so tanky. But if the other heroes are caught on their own, the Chen. Oh, there's your sleep top lane. No. Ice. Quick reaction.
That's what a Blink Dagger will do for you, where Force have to have a little bit of issue. HY is going to have a gank. She blinks out. No big deal.
This is aggravating if you're Complexity right now.
Yeah, it's just tough. You can't really gank because, you know, they have the Blink Daggers and natural Blinking. You can't push.
Well, they got the tier 2.
Right, and they had to fight hard for it, right?
They really had to fight.
Yeah, it's March Mailer machine. And here we go, TP on the bot lane. I think they're kind of grinding out Complexity.
Another Blink. This one from Hannah Montana. That's one way to close the gap and prevent that sleep. HY blinking away. Maybe the Benny Hill music needs to be queued up again. There's your Tornado. And he's still running. Do they really want this kill? Blink onto the low ground, TP out. JO will not find him in time. Wasting a lot of time here, I have to say. Zenith is doing a great job stalling. Again, they're not killing. They might not be out farming, but slowly the relative gold difference is going to decrease.
Well, it's 12,000 gold lead here for the Radiant, so I think Complexity...
Right, but that's the flat difference.
That's a flat difference, and if this game goes on longer and longer, 12,000 gold will be, you know,
it will be less relevant. It's still very relevant, though. Yeah. Don't get us wrong.
Complexity going for a big smoke, and this is a Complexity we know. When everything does not work, go for a smoke, and everything will work now. Oh, Loda, he does not have a blink, and he is basically done. Telekinesis, steals a spell just to make sure that was Phantasm, although I'm not sure how much will it mean on Rubik.
Get a couple of ranged illusions to work with, but yeah, not the biggest spell to steal. Much rather have the Chaos Bolt. They go for smoke gank and it works. And the question is, what do they get after? It looks like they want Roshan, and they should be able to get it. Heart up on TC. That's been up for a little while. 2,900 gold is well picked up. What do you go for next?
Well, we'll talk about it. Does he even have the inventory right now? Because he's going to try to pick up, look towards one of the Zenith players, trying to blink in here and steal the Aegis.
They're going to try
if they have the sight. I saw Siren just to make sure none of that shenanigan. Look at the
That is
Illuminate.
so smart. So smart.
Yeah.
And it's only a minute cooldown.
It's a minute cooldown. Mana's not going to be an issue anymore. It's going to get sent back anyways. No big deal. And I love it. Making illusions before you get sent back so you could get more farm.
Yeah, I mean, the split push, the counter split push is pretty strong from this Naga Siren as well. And, you know, Beastmaster as well as Rubik can do a lot to mow down those creep waves. There's your Scythe Device. But it's just another level of items for TC. And you get a Scythe Device, you cannot kill him. And now he does a lot of damage with the Diffusal Blade. The illusions will get that mana burning, as well as doing the extra damage that comes with that mana burn. This is going to be tough.
Yeah, I think if you at least a fighting chance against this Naga. If you get any other item, there's no way you're going to get a kill. But if you blink in with multiple Scythe of Ice, especially with Tinker Scythe of Ice, where you could keep rearming it, you have that killing chance.
But it's not a side device. He went for Shivas.
Oh.
Interesting choice here.
Like you just mentioned, if I was listening to, yes, he went for Shivas. More AoE to counter push? Is that the plan?
I guess they just want to stall this game forever. We cast the game in the group stages where Complexity, or not Complexity, but a team ran Tinker, and eventually they lost, but they stalled the game for 70 minutes or something outrageous like that. You know, it's not just Tinker. Again, it's the whole team composition. The anti-push is incredible. Complexity, though, this is the wrecking ball. Oh, Ice, 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 got to be careful. There's your tornado. Not going to hit. It does. It catches Freedom, but that is a long way to dive, and they're not going to do it.
Again, sure, you could try to push S5. You have way stronger as a hero, but Illuminates, oh, they want to just charge right in.
Oh, no.
Ice, 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 can he blink out? Will he blink out? And he does.
Oh,
What
wow.
fast play, but the net still finds him right now. The right clicks, they just want to charge him too. Ice, Ice, Ice. Oh, he's so low. He's going to get picked off. Hannah, he's down to half HP as well, but they just don't have enough. Big Sonic Wave from IX, Mike of all players. Can the tower be brought down, though? That's a thing. The tower is still alive.
The tornado. Telekinesis on HY, a long way from home. He takes the fall, and now they turn to Loda. Loda dropping low. Jo set back. Jo lives. Fluffin Stuff played out of his mind. The kill traded. He will pay for it, but he saves his ally, and now they're not done yet. The Naga sleep. Maybe they are, but 20 seconds to go. Don't be surprised if they pop that ult, go for some more kills, or maybe it's TC who needs to be careful. No, the net, the Diffusal Blade getting picked off again. No buyback for him, and they're not done. They want Freedom. Look at that. 3 right clicks, 4. Blink in, and they get the kill. Oh, man, the Meteor. Punctuation mark.
Wipe. That's a punctuation right there. Complexity says, now we'll take your tier 2 tower. We'll kill everybody first here. Pulling out Navi from TI1.
Oh,
and
man.
now the door is wide open for TC. He's charging wide in. Freedom is trying whatever he can. He's the best in business when it comes to counter push. But you hear the chants of USA, and looks like Complexity. Singapore from Ice Ice Ice. And here we go. The tower is going to go down. A little wave of Illuminate. And the racks fully exposed. Does Zenith have any fight left in them here to defend this one?
This is
Rax,
there's
700 HP, another Illuminate. Complexity is not backing off here. Illusion should be able to do it, and they get the first melee Rax.
I gotta say, where are the Sweden chants for Loda? You know, no Sweden fans in the house today, I guess. But they get the Rex, and they do it because they get the hero kills. Without those pickoffs, that even if they eventually get that tier 3, that's going to take 3, 4, even 5 minutes. BKB now picked up on Jo. And there's really no answer for this. March will go through it. It does some damage, but it's not enough.
It's not enough, yeah. March is not going to be your damage dealer. Neither will Shiva. Neither will be Illuminate. They just need some big right-click damage. They have some small incremental stuff, like Sonic Wave. It's small at this point. They just need a Laguna play on everybody, I feel like.
They're going to need more than that for TC. Yasha picked up 19,000 net worth. Look at that net worth graph. That is scary to watch. TC so far ahead of the competition, and it's Jo who's clocking in behind him. This Tinker is about 7,000 net worth. That is insane to be that far behind as a hero that flash farms much quicker in the early to mid game. It all goes back to that solo kill that Jo picked up. It all goes back to the constant pressure since then, and TC's team doing a great job of getting him this farm. He's getting close to a Manta style, and if they didn't already have enough illusions, enough stuff to throw at the tower, they certainly will after this.
Yep. And of course, now they can wait a little bit, be more patient. Even though if you have a Tinker, if you have Illuminate, it's still a lot of pressure from these big creeps. But for now, they defend top. Jo, he's invis, trying to set up a gank.
Oh, HY lurking in the tree line. Does Jo know he's there? I think they do. The Hawk's going to scout him, maybe. Blinks away. Hannah blinks in. Speaking of whack-a-mole, there's your tornado. The Mallet finds him. The Sight device. HY, Cold Snap 2. Jo just chewing through him. What a kill!
How did they even see him? The Hawk, the micro from Hannah.
It's
and
the
this
gem.
is time.
It's the gem on Hannah.
It's the gem.
Bottom lane. It's Tinker in a lot of trouble. Ice. There's your Diffusal Blade. The 2 carries, they both go down. This may be another set of racks.
And this is big time here for Complexity. Draw a big line to run straight at bot. The creep wave slowly follow. Or the creep wave not getting hit by that Illuminate, and that's huge.
Oh my god. 40-minute Manta style. On top of the heart, the Diffusal Blade, and the Radiance. This is sick.
Manta style not even being delivered, I might have to add. Yeah, there's just no defense this time. They're waiting for the Tinker. They're waiting for the Queen of Pain. Maybe they'll start fighting when Queen of Pain's back. Loda just wants to charge in, but he knows he's not tank enough. TC says, all right, I'll work on your tower until you give me a
It
good
doesn't even
defense.
scratch him.
Oh, it
Doesn't even
doesn't
scratch him.
Of course, a pipe providing the block. And now the melee racks, the second lane of racks going, and HY calls the GG. Complexity in the home crowd, taking game number 1, and the fans, they're loving it, right? Oh, man.
At least they're not throwing cups over the edge of the bleachers. You know, that's the one benefit of the esports versus pro sports. But Complexity, they take game 1, and how strong do they look doing so? Zenith on the back foot, on the brink of being thrown into the lower brackets. Zenith had such a weak day number 1 of the group stage, but they roared back on day 2 and 3. Can they find that groove? We'll find out soon with game 2 coming up soon.
Yeah, 25-9, it's a score. We saw a lot of great plays here. How good was JO's guesses on those tornadoes? How did they, again, it still was a dazzling play, trying to find HY within the trees. And here we go, a big round of applause for Complexity as they're getting out of the booth.
It looks like we are ready to go back to the desk now, so James and you guys, back to you.
Thanks, LG and Lumi. Absolutely amazing from Complexity, and that's really the strength that American teams have. When you put them on home soil, when they get that momentum, I'm sorry, guys, but it does seem a little bit like America, fuck yeah. That's all I'm saying. They have the power of America, fuck yeah. So Complexity just... Zenith said they had answers. They said they can play against anything. They didn't adapt.
Well, for me, Complexity are a team known for their teamwork, known for their team pushes, but this was individual skills. Zenith, one of the most skilled teams, some of the most famous players in the game who go back way back. And Complexity getting solo kills on mid lane, Invoker getting kills on the Tinker. We had TC at that bottom lane with the Naga Siren getting solo kills on Lina. It was just a matter of just completely outplaying Zenith that game.
Yeah, I felt a lot like Chin by Fluff and stuff had a lot of impact in those early battles, really prolonging them, giving JO, TC a lot of time to kind of work their magic around there. But it was phenomenal singular play left and right. I mean, JL throwing tornadoes into the trees, finding people. We've seen Beastmaster come around the side with the roar there on that 1 kill on Queen of Pain, which was brilliant. I feel like Complexity played wonderfully. It was not as one-sided as the score says. It says 25-9.
Yep.
But really, there was a lot of turtling going on. It was going to be very difficult. If Complexity honestly lost the next 2 or 3 fights, I think despite the fact that Narga was getting that fat, there could have been a chance for Zenith to actually like grind that game out really long and actually take something. So that game was not quite as one-sided as it looked like, but it was wonderful.
Yeah, and we can take a look at some player versus player stats from the game as well. We'll check those out in just a moment. Bruno, anything that really stood out for you here?
Oh, well, every time you leave Naga Siren to TC, he's going to wreck you. I mean, it's 5-0 now, not 4-0. 623 GPM, that's really, really high. And all that participation, he gets involved all the while. And HY, as great as he is with the Queen of Pain, it was not enough. We expected some better answers for Naga Siren. Maybe we'll see them next game.
Yeah, I think generally with the Queen of Pain, they talked about this a little bit, but the item build, you know, rushing that naked Mystic Staff, it gave him no survivability, no real team fight. It was just, oh, I've got a couple AoEs, but the Chin was just immediately counteracting all of those. Like, oh, I'm gonna drop a Hand of God, all are healed, and now what are you gonna do?
That was one of the things that I kind of noticed from the matchup was these big team fights early on. Fluff and Stuff, I think, was the highest in terms of kills. I think it was like 5-0 at one point.
Yeah.
And he had his mech, he had Hand of God, and these big team fights that were going down, Zenith was so close to getting a kill and then just couldn't do it. Do you think they kind of underestimated how strong Fluff and Stuff was early on?
Absolutely, and then you combine that with TC's pipe, sorry, not TC, with Hannah Montana's pipe, which comes in around the 15-20 minute mark as a result of all the towers. But yeah, early game, fully agree. Fluff and Stuff, I mean, the heals just really counteracted and what Zenith was trying to accomplish with their lineup.
So do you think Zenith could have done anything different to win this game?
Yeah, absolutely. I think
not die so much.
Right,
take
probably
towers,
dying
kill
less,
the base.
maybe killing. I mean, really, one story here is they had a Keeper of Light and a Tinker along with the Queen of Pain. Those are very strong pushing heroes. They nuke down creeps immediately. And as we saw, the bottom, one tower? Did they lose one tower that entire game? I believe the bottom tier 1, it didn't fall for 20, 30 minutes. They were protecting their towers very well. I mean, Complexity, again, known for their counter gangs, their TPs in, as we saw. JO given all the free farm in the world. Invoker was just allowed to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, Gio really had. I think for me, him and Fluff were the two sort of standout players that game. Gio at the mid lane was, I mean, him and Fluff both were about 4 kills, no deaths, couple assists very early on, and that really set the tempo for Complexity.
All right, so when they go into game number 2, as I lose my voice, second game, Complexity are 1 game away from winning the match, and that will, of course, push them into the semifinals and also $25,000, and they'll be playing versus LGD tomorrow. But if Zenith win the next game, we're going to, of course, play out the whole best of 3. What do Team Zenith need to do?
Ban Naga.
What was this?
Ban Naga.
I'm going with put HY and Morphling. It's one of his best heroes. I'm sure Bruno has some stats for us, but he plays a Morphling solo mid better than anyone in the game.
All right, Bruno, you've been given 5 seconds to say you've got some stats for us.
He's 10-0, but my opinion is that they should pick invisible heroes. Ricky, 2-5. Bounty Hunter, 2-5. Complexity cannot play against invisible heroes. Go full invisible lineup.
This is like legit stuff here.
It sounds legit, yeah.
I'm not convinced by the stat man.
Maybe don't pick all invisible heroes. That's probably not a good choice. But maybe one of them. Gondar?
Which one do you reckon, Bruno? Which?
Oh, I'm a fan of Phantom Lancer.
Yeah, it's Gondar. Gondar's the way to go.
Are you discrediting Bruno?
He's the stat man, not a professional analyst.
He's a professional stat man.
That jacket does give a lot of cred, though.
For those of you who don't know, Bruno is the owner of Dota Academy and bringing a lot of statistics into the competitive side
and
of
the winner of
esports in terms of the international. We'll just wait. When we're back at the desk, by the way, as soon as the game's ready, we're going to throw you right back in. So we'll see when they're almost ready. I'm sure that Zenith probably want a little bit more time to talk about what happened. I'm sure Complexity are like going, yeah, let's play again. But USA. Yeah, they heard the chants. Ice commented Singapore. The pods aren't, completely soundproof, but I think they're good enough. But the audience got through. Yeah. There we go. There's Team Zenith. So, Loda. Nowhere to be seen.
He's in the back there, the Swedish sensation back there. He's hiding with his...
He's like, just tell me what I need to kill.
Well, I mean, they're breaking it down, talking it through here. Actually, it looks like they may be in there already.
Yeah, it looks like they are going to be ready. So we're going to move on and get you guys into game number 2. It's Complexity versus Team Zenith.